Hello and welcome to the Globetrottin ADs. Since 2019, a way for athletic directors, activity coordinators, coaches, and friends to connect and collaborate no matter where they are around the world. We hope that you enjoyed the podcast and share it with anyone you think will enjoy it as well. And now, let's get this episode started.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Season 6. Can you believe it? Season 6 of the Globetrottin ADs. Here we go. It's going to be a great season again. We're going to have some cool stuff coming up this year. As always, some cool interviews, new resources, and information and the stuff that's happening out there. But today we're going to take it a little easy and just kind of talk about what's going on our first day of school and how we're planning to get things going for the start. So we're going to kind of ease into things a little bit because it's so busy lately. This will be a good time to do that. So yeah. How you doing, Nick?
Oh, I'm great. It's crazy. Six seasons. You know, that first one was like a half, but the sixth school year is pretty cool. I really had to check it when I wrote about a post yesterday. Yeah, it's awesome. Really good to be back. It was our second day of school, so recording this on Tuesday. No, God, it's Wednesday. These days, mate. That's what we're gonna get into these first days. Whew. It's August 21st. Matt, your first day of school and my second day of school, so that's gonna be the focus today. And yeah, what we did, how we got through it, what we're excited about. Yeah, it's cool. Good to be back.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, big transition year for me and my wife. We are now officially empty nesters because both of our children have graduated and moved on to college. So it's just some dogs and a cat, which is fine. But yeah, it's a whole new restart and bringing back some good memories. What it was like when we first went overseas and just like, what do we do all the time?
Well, you got time to do podcasts, Matt. We're gonna have the most episodes ever this year. You got so much stuff. It's gonna be awesome.
But all good, off to a good start. And yeah, today was our first day of school. Yesterday, of course, here in Hungary was a holiday, St. Stephen's Day, which was fantastic to have a day off. We had an in-service day on Monday. Yesterday was a holiday. I still went in and did some stuff, of course, because it was a good time to do it, sorting out the uniform room, which is never a good time to do that, but I found time yesterday. And go watch some fireworks. And then today was the very first official day working with kids and seeing them again. So that's always exciting. Get that energy back in the building and see their faces and them reconnecting. And that's very rewarding, of course, because it's just a lot of fun to see.
Yeah.
And then they're getting excited for stuff. I need to start getting excited for everything, of course. All the work that's going to be coming down the pipe. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. But right now I'm tired.
Yeah. We were just before we started, we were trading stories of how long our naps were after the first day of school, or like vegged on the couch.
So, well, the other thing too is like, how things go. Once I was thinking about that myself, like, I think I got to take advantage of this now while I can, because once school starts, after school starts, sports start,
right,
and activities and everything, like, we're there every night till 6, 7 or whatever.
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
exactly.
So I did enjoy that today. I did enjoy leaving the building at 4:30 because we haven't started our sports yet, so
right.
It was nice.
Yeah, we both start on Monday when maybe a lot of you will hear this.
And kind of like having a good steak, or a good meal. You got to savor it and take it slow. That's what I did this afternoon.
Well, I really enjoyed the first couple of days. Definitely, I really wanted to be intentional about what I wanted to do the first couple of days, and of course there were whatever emails, updates, some handbook, this and that. But I really wanted to get out and see and shake as many hands of kids and teachers as I could and talk to them. And it was great. It was super energizing, and which is why I think I was so tired, because I was just constantly moving and going to grade level meetings. And it was great. Just their energy actually of the new kids and the returners. I didn't get a bad answer. I didn't get a bad answer to how was your summer,
Yeah.
or are you glad to be back? I'm sure they might have been fibbing a little bit to me, but no, it was great energy, and I really felt this year even more than others. Like if you just put that extra energy in to like go to the kid with a big smile, how was your summer? Glad to see you. I think that the dividends get paid back.
Oh, for sure. And it doesn't take much, right? It's
Yeah,
just being friendly and outgoing. It was what it's all about, really. It
right.
was getting kids back into the flow, back in the building, and reconnecting, saying hello, which is what I enjoy. That's one of the big parts of the job we have to enjoy is going around and telling everybody they're
Yeah.
great. I enjoy it.
I did notice, like, so I wasn't in last week, right? I missed the pre-week. I was doing greater things. Um, but I had a few teachers like, "Wow, Nick, you got so much energy. Maybe we should all miss the week before school, next year,
Yeah.
because the teachers are, busy planning the retreats and busy worrying about what they have to get their kids to do on the first day, and I'm just walking around going, "Hey, how was your summer? Yeah, Monday starts tryouts."
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't you tell us about that? You had a pretty cool week last week doing what you did. And
Yeah, it was super rewarding. Short version, of course, because I think I could talk about it for like days on end. It was that cool. So I was volunteering with my daughters at kind of a retreat for Ukrainian families, Ukrainian war vets that are now disabled and can't serve anymore, and their kids and their wives, and it's like climbing active camp, overcoming your fears, really high altitude stuff, as well as then there was counselors there, and they had different therapy sessions, group and individual. It was great. So I was with the kids. I was climbing with the kids and playing games with them in between, and chatting with them at breakfast and in the bus, and yeah, trying to make connections. So that was kind of why I wanted to be even more intentional connecting with my kids at school, because it was just so successful with these Ukrainians that spoke barely any English, if any at all, some of them, and it worked really well. And it was kind of like, man, you can make great connections with these guys, no matter what language or whatever barriers they have. Then and with the kids at our school, it'll be easy. So
yeah,
yeah, it was pretty cool. Camp Courage is the name of the documentary on Netflix. That's 20 minutes long, or 25. That's about a family at a camp from a couple years ago. So that's basically where I was. Yeah, pretty cool.
and what's your connection again?
Well, the founders went to our school, lived in Vienna. Kids are roughly the same age as my kids. One of the other founders is a Ukrainian that moved to Vienna, lives close to school. And another board member is a good friend, the guy who makes the ISST medals, if any ISST ADs are listening. So there's a lot of like mutual friends there, but it was the first time that I did anything with them. So it was pretty cool.
Very good. So Nick gets an excuse absence from not making the softball tournament, the
Yeah.
CISA teacher softball tournament that I hosted last weekend.
Yeah.
All above board. Don't worry. That's in case anybody was wondering to know where he was. A valid, a valid reason.
It is. It was the first one in Budapest that I wasn't at, so it was a bit sad. But I got some nice WhatsApps to the day that everything was going well despite my absence. So that was
Uh,
cool.
yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Who were the winners, Matt? Who was
So
which
this
school?
year, and I think is the first time for them was the Bucharest Vampires.
Okay,
They were in the final last
IS
year. I think they
Bucharest.
lost to Sofia, who I think
Yeah.
their first win. So, but all in all, a lot of fun. We had 8 teams in the tournament, so 7 visiting schools plus uh, Budapest as the host. So we had one combined team of Belgrade and Istanbul. Budapest had 2 teams entered as the host with loads of people able to play and help out with scorekeeping and stuff like that. And then we had Warsaw, Vienna, Prague was there, which was great. That was their first time attending the tournament. Uh, Then,
Nice.
of course, Bucharest and Sofia.
Cool.
So,
Yeah, that's a lot. I'm sad I missed
yeah,
all those friends. Yeah.
yeah, good weather for the
Cool.
most part. We did have a weather delay. I did have to enforce the lightning protocol that we use, and as
Yeah.
soon as we saw the lightning, we kind of waited a minute.
Yeah.
We had to take a pause because it was coming. So we did, and then it came. The rain was coming down pretty hard, but all in all, it came. It
Cool.
happened at the perfect time because I had built in a break into the schedule for a lunchtime,
Hmm.
so it kind of ate into that a little bit. But once we were to get back in and going, we picked up, and everybody was happy. So a lot
Cool.
of fun as always.
Good way to start.
Anybody
Good
listening
way
to
to
this,
start.
thanks for coming out, and hope you enjoyed your time.
Yeah. Next year, I'll be back. I'll be back next year. So what else? First day. So I talked about my, and you were out
Yeah.
talking to people too, and you know, I think we're all pumping the tryouts whenever they start for our schools. But what else did you have to get do? Anything?
Yeah, I
Anything?
enjoy the first game because really I'm not
Yeah.
scheduled to meet with kids or, I don't have an advisory or a homeroom or anything like that. So I don't have to worry about getting them their all the nuts and bolts,
Yeah.
doing the
Sure.
getting their lockers sorted and showing them around. But I like being there at the beginning because you always get a kid who turns up and doesn't know where to go and not sure where he or she is they're supposed to be. I enjoy kind of yep, follow me, come here. Let's go find out where you belong and find their name up on the board. There's always a big list out there, and then just directing where they need to go and making them feel welcome, of course. But
Yeah.
I hopefully they'll remember my face and recognize that they're in a good place. They got people around helping
Yeah.
them, and so I enjoy that. And then the rest of the time, just kind of floating around, checking in. What does some assemblies, some grade level group meetings, a little
Yeah.
chat to the 11th. I enjoyed that. I talked to the 11th graders today, give them some information about fitness opportunities, and it's a big transition time for them because a lot of those kids are going to be starting the IB, so it's things are
Yeah.
ramping up. So in that part, I enjoyed that because I talked a little bit about stressing the importance of balance,
Yeah.
taking care of yourself, and wellness, and all the things we have on offer at our school, not just through the sports program, but with the fitness room and the things they
Right.
can do, and just tell them to watch out for themselves, look after themselves, take care
Sure.
of themselves. So that was enjoyable. I like that. So
It's funny you said that 11th grade. Let me just jump on that. I went to the each grade levels meetings and talked about athletics. 2 minutes face, got my face out there, told them where to come for questions. But for the first time, I read a couple quotes from. We do like exit surveys with senior athletes, and they answer a couple questions, basically about their time. So for the 11th graders, I read a quote, and then which I'll read in a second. I think it's quite funny. But then reminded them or told them how many 11th graders played 3 seasons last year and how many played 2 seasons. Because I think starting the IB, that's when they, or at least some parents say, oh, you can't do this anymore, you can't do that anymore, and they don't know till they get there, right? So I just like to remind them, hey, this many kids not only played 1 but 2, and then we had 7 juniors that played 3 seasons last year.
yeah,
So I like to do that, and that's that was a good reaction on some of their faces, And I even offered. I said, look, if your parents don't want you to play, just let me know. I'll call them. I'll talk to them. Here was one of the quotes I wrote. It was,
and they need to hear that because they hear so much of other stuff like, oh,
oh yeah,
it's such a grind, it's so hard, and so much work, it's kind of like they get a little overwhelmed. They're like, how am I going to be able to manage this? But
yeah,
they'll be fine. They'll be fine. I think that it's just a matter of kind of helping them alleviate those fears a little bit.
yeah, exactly. Others did it before you. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Pretty serious stuff.
So I wrote it. This it was just this. The question that this was answered to was any overall comments that you have
Yeah.
about your time, and it said it was a great experience. And then he started writing to like other kids, which I didn't ask, but it was perfect. And he said, if you have the opportunity, I would recommend it because it brings so many new social factors, work ethics, and new experiences. And if you play only because your friends do, well, that's okay too.
Yeah.
I wrote, that was great. That was great. So anyway, that was pretty good. I like doing that.
Yeah. So the rest time, just doing some final. We start sports next week on
Yeah,
Mondays. Just doing some final checks with equipments and checking on work orders, making sure everything's ready to go. And did have a damaged tent over the weekend. That was sad because a storm came through.
oh,
I had to get a new tent. Hopefully it's under warranty. Yeah, checking on signups too because that those opened up
yeah,
yesterday. And they're looking pretty good. Answering a lot of emails because then I get a lot of questions from parents
yeah,
about the sign up process and how
sure.
that goes. So, little this, little that, in and out of the office. Still
Yeah,
got over 10,000 steps today, so I'm happy.
perfect. Oh, that's great. No signups for us, which I like. Just like, hey, show up on the first day. But I was prepping for a parent and coach meeting tomorrow, and I did get a bunch of emails from parents asking questions. And in reply to my, we have a parent meeting on Thursday where I'll go over everything that's on the website, and I'll record it and send it to you after. So my answer was, show up tomorrow or wait for the recording, and as friendly as I could. Don't have time for this right now because you're going to hear it tomorrow at the meeting. So
Yeah. All in all, a great first day, and
yeah,
glad it's behind me. I'm going to get a good night's rest tonight for sure, and then reboot it all tomorrow.
you know what? You have no kids, right? So, like, you live close to school. I live about 30 to 40 minutes away. So, what I'm really looking forward to when I don't have kids at school is that I can really come and go when I want. You know, because I'm driving them in. So, I don't want them to be late. So, I'm always there, right?
One thing I want to make a new initiative about is riding my bike to school more
Yeah.
often.
Here you
I
go.
thought, maybe I should do it every day. Like, we'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna get a rack for my bike so
Yeah.
I can get souvenirs. I can take my more stuff, my accoutrements I like to take with me as I go after work. And I don't know, something new to do this year instead of just driving the car in
Yeah,
every
sure.
day.
Yeah, of
Different.
course. You could take the long way home, right? Go up some
Yeah.
mountains and stuff. And
So one of my goals for this year is to change things up a little bit.
Kukri Sports is a clothing brand that specializes in providing the world's most prestigious schools with bespoke made and designed team uniforms. If you're frustrated by inconsistent colors, branding, cost, and sizing across your teams, then it's time to email someone at Kukri Sports today. When you email contact@cookresports.com, tell them about the Globetrottin ADs, and you'll receive a special offer on your coach or PE staff order.
hey, let's talk about what you did with coaches before school started.
Sure. So my actual preseason meeting won't be till tomorrow, like you.
Hmm.
But I was able. We had our in-service days last week from Tuesday till Friday. So every day it's the usual start of the year
Yep.
stuff. There are a lot of meetings, of course, divisional meetings and grade level meetings and department meetings and so on and so forth. Plus, people have time to prepare their classrooms, the usual.
Right.
Well, I was able to request and receive a bit of time to work with coaches to start taking the 3D international coaching course.
Nice.
And we got off to a fantastic start.
Cool.
It was really, really deep, good discussions. And if you're thinking about doing it, the 3D course
Hmm.
with your coaches, highly recommend it because uh, it's not that difficult. And really, as you go through the videos, you go through the modules, you take a pause, you
Yep.
discuss the topic. I was taking notes, and it was
Yeah.
great. Kind of like guiding the discussions, keeping the flow going, and a little bit like we do when we teach the NIAAA courses.
Right.
And it was fantastic because the videos prompt a lot of the discussions, of course,
Yeah.
but the video is so well done as well. So they're easy to watch, digest, and then carry
Yeah.
on with the conversation. So yeah, that we had a chance to
Super.
do that last Friday,
Hmm.
and no, sorry, it was Monday. Was it Monday? Yeah. and they gave me the last time slot of the day. the
So
last
thanks, but yeah,
the last PD day
yeah.
for a holiday.
Oh,
But I had a good crew of coaches who were, I didn't have everybody, but which was kind of tough because it's so busy. A lot of people
sure.
told me they, but that's the other nice thing about the 3-2 courses is that they can take it later on at their own pace.
Yeah, yeah,
A lot
exactly.
amount of modules, so they can do it whenever. And then what we agreed we would do is we left off at a certain point,
Hmm.
got through like 6 modules, and we said, okay, let's agree that everybody's going to watch the next, I think we said 10 modules on their own time. And then the next PD day we get together. I
Cool.
want everybody to pick up where we left off,
Right.
or we'll go a little bit, discuss those topics, then watch some more
Super.
modules. So if you're, that's kind of how it unfolded. I didn't really have a big plan
Yeah.
to it because it all kind of, I was not thinking about work for 6 weeks
Yeah.
this summer
Until then. Yeah, exactly.
and came back and semi wung it, but no, it really worked out well, and the coaches loved it, and
Cool.
really good discussion. So especially this time of year because it gets everybody thinking a little bit
Oh
about.
yeah, that's when you want right at the start. Well, my coaches will hear about it tomorrow, unless they listened to the podcast last year and know it's
Yeah,
coming. But they'll hear about it at the meeting and then yeah, hopefully they'll dig right into it. We'll let them go till give them the deadline of the end of the fall season to do
to
it.
do the whole thing.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. And then hopefully you're gonna bring some things into my coaches' newsletters that like, hey, remember this from the video and stuff like that.
So they're
Um,
going to do it their own ways.
they're gonna do it at their own pace. But I wanted to share really that I heard from Claudia at EARJ in Rio that they signed up and they've already done it. Of course, South America a little different schedule than us here in Europe, and they loved it. Coaches loved it. So we might have been the first to sign up, but we definitely weren't the first to have our coaches do it because Claudia got right in there. So congrats, Claudia. And I guess if anyone has any questions of really how the coaches were, how they liked it, then Claudia's your girl. Yeah, cool.
She wanted to be the first. That's good.
Yeah,
And I hope it just goes from there.
yeah,
And us ADs who will get together at the big conferences internationally if we can. It'll give us something to talk about as well. So really happy that this partnership is taking off with the 3D folks and that
yeah.
it's all good.
Super. All right. Well, I have a request for anyone out there. They share the podcast with any new colleagues. Get them to sign up on the newsletter. ADs are moving in and out every year, and man, since we started 6 years ago, there's so many new faces all around the world. So let them know. Let them know we're out there, and if you want to be a guest, then let us know. You want to have
Absolutely.
a certain topic, whether you don't want to be on or not, let us know.
Yeah. If you got something cool going on, it's a new initiative that you want to spread the word about or think it could work well in other schools. As always, we're open to those ideas and hearing about them and learning about them and passing on the good word. So
Yeah.
hit us up.
Yeah. The couple still from last year that we never got to that we will. These time zones, man. Getting all the people together is still not easy for us after this time, but we'll get to them. We'll get to them all, and yeah, have a great year. One foot in front of the other.
So yeah. Yeah. So everybody out there, have a great start to your year. Hope it's smooth. Hope it's productive, of course. Always valuable for your kids and your programs, and all the best for a nice, smooth start to this year. 24-25. Here we go.
This has been another episode of the Globetrottin ADs. We hoped you enjoyed it. And until the next episode drops, head over to globetrottinads.com or visit us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.